Most of the people would ask there, what's your name? Are you Hindu? Are you Muslim? Fundamentalists did not emerge post 1986 or 89. It was already there. It was already there. There was a lot of fear. There were staunch fundamentalist people. It was all chaotic situation at that time. Hindus were killed on the roads, everywhere there. Wherever they find, they would kill them. They will find.
So whom can you trust then?
Huh?
You cannot trust anyone.
Just a 19 years old with another guy with the projection protruding something from his farron like a gun. Who will trust now?
Yeah.
I personally am scared. Even the whole of the committee is scared about going back.
Do you want to go back?
Fundamentalism I am talking about, those who segregate, those who disintegrate the people, point of humanity.
यहाँ पर थी क्या बोलते भेलपुरी खा रही थी मेरा पति साइड में था एक इंसान आया उसने उसको गोली मार दी
यहाँ पे
उसने बोला कि ये शायद मुस्लिम नहीं है उसने उसको गोली मार दी
The person, most of the people would ask there, what's your name? Are you Hindu? Are you Muslim? So this segregation was the, this would reveal a person that his intentions are something different. And this created, when you speak about this thing, let me know, this part was main, that where the people were disintegrated.
The core problem.
The problem, the educational institutions, they were disintegrated by the fundamentalist elements. Fundamentalists did not emerge post 1986 or 89. It was already there. It was already there. There were staunch fundamentalist people who would create the problems for the, not only this, but for the governing body also.
So at that time, did your family or your relatives or your neighbors face any kind of execution or threats or anything? What do you have any?
Well, you see, there was a lot of fear. There was fear psychos running because militancy was at the inception. It was growing up. You can understand the gravity of the situation, how the people were motivated, how the people were, allured by these fundamentalists, by these those who were preaching them, and was these ISI and all these elements. It was all chaotic situation at that time. People were killed. Hindus were killed on the roads. Hindus were killed in the offices. They were killed in their houses. So everywhere there, wherever they find, they would kill them. They will find.
So whom can you trust then?
Huh?
You cannot trust anyone.
This is what I am telling. This is what happened at that time.
So, okay, so I understand that.
So I give my examples, one more example there.
Yeah.
When I came out, I saw my own person, neighbor, with another person wearing a farron. Farron is, it's a gown type. Where nothing is visible,
what is inside.
Outside. So everything will be inside. We put a fire pot also inside during the winters to keep ourselves warm. So I found that person, my neighbor boy, just 19 years old, with another guy with the projection protruding something from his farron like a gun. And he is beckoning him towards me. That he is the way. The moment I saw, I fled away. I moved away, and next day I avoided that LA also. I avoided that road completely, and next day I shifted to, down to Jammu. You can see how scary it is.
Yeah,
scary it is.
scary.
That means this person was pointing that he is a person to be shot. He is a Kashmiri Hindu. And that person was unknown. But this person was my neighbor. I'm talking of when we had shifted to Broadway, and this person was waiting in front of that Broadway cinema, and I was moving out from Indranagar, and I saw him. He is pointing him towards me.
Okay. That you could get as closest to death like this.
Yes, had I not avoided that lane from the next morning and moved out, I would have been shot.
I can't even fathom the kind of fear that would have been there within you, that you almost came close to someone pointing at you, with someone having a gun inside his gown. I mean, I don't know what to even say, what you must have gone through and what your families must have gone through. So after that you came to Jammu, right? So you lived there for some time after this threat, or how was it?
Well, you see, we left our bag and baggage there only in Kashmir.
Overnight.
We had to fled away from there. We did not care for our bag and baggage.
What about did you have your own house or something there?
Yes, we had our own
your
house.
parents
That's
had,
what I told you,
your own house it was?
Yes.
And this
it
was
was
your
ancestral house.
Ancestral house.
It's an ancestral where our cousins were also there.
What about your parents, your wife's
Yeah,
parents?
parents were with me.
Okay.
Parents were with me, and this what happened afterwards. We left each and every item there only, locked the house, and fled to save ourselves.
Okay.
And we came down to Jammu. We hired a taxi and came to Jammu, and we saw a lot of pandemonium around Jammu. Complete. There was a complete chaos and disorder.
Okay. Because other people also were coming.
Yes. Around at a stretch, you see, if 3 to 4 lakhs descend at a place, well, they will accommodate them.
Yeah.
It's a small town. Jammu is not a big place to be. So everybody, there was no food, there was no shelter, there was nothing at all. They were accommodated in Gita Bhavan. Gita Bhavan is a place on the Residency Road where there is a Shiva temple also. It's a complex of this thing where they made temporary shelters. This thing. BJP came, they distributed some blankets, this thing and that thing. So it was all chaotic situation. Later on, the shift camps were made in Purkhu, in other places and etc., where the tents were in a dilapidated state, and they were not adequate. Water sanitation was not there. Water was available. Plus, the scorching heat was there. There was a lot of this thing, and they could not acclimatize with Jammu environment, where they were in 20 degrees centigrade Celsius in Kashmir. Jammu goes up to 40, 45, 47 degrees centigrade during the this Celsius during this summers. So there were premature deaths. There were snake bites to the people. There were scorpio bites to the people, and I will say premature deaths were there. And some were engulfed in the ailments of the various kinds. They did not get the treatment, proper treatment, this thing and that thing. So, monetarily also, they did not have any avenues of the financial avenues, except the government later said that they should be given the relief in kind. This thing, some very few, not much. Some 300 rupees per head. This thing. It was very negligible to sustain the life there. So it all went for years till there.
Now my question is, do you ever, you personally, or because you are part of the Kashmiri Association which regularly meets, do you want to go back? Do you have that feel that we want to go back, be there? Is there a feeling like that?
You see, let me tell you, if you personally ask me, it's not a question of going back. Physically going back is not the thing that one has to pursue. We need an intellectual space. By intellectual space, I mean say, am I being accepted there? do I have the other modes of living there? Does the community accept me there? Do I have the economic freedom there? Do I have the social freedom there? As you know, 172 temples have been demolished.
Yeah.
Who will build those temples?
Correct.
So this is intellectual space. That do I have the intellectual space? Am I able to thrive on in the same environment, in the same method and methodology, in the same way that I was prior to the eruption of the terrorism? This is a very big question.
Yeah.
And if you ask me, I means of present condition is not conducive.
Because fundamentalism has already seeped in.
Not only fundamentalism has seeped in, you cannot trust now.
Yeah.
You see, killing situation has slightly stabilized. I was also opinion, yes, it has almost, my contemporaries also, yes, it is now going better, and they were telling, yes, it's okay now, stabilized, let's go and this thing and do this thing, that thing. But all of a sudden, killing of 26, 28 people in Pahalgam, identifying their religion, then killing them, who will trust now?
Yeah.
I personally am scared. Even the whole of the committee was scared about going back. But there is a reason who creates all these things. There must be some very big international pressure on that. International, I mean, directly I attack Pakistan, which is creating problems in Kashmir. Not only creating, it has been creating right from 1947. 4 wars, and this is the 5th war. 7th of May, 5th war. They will not, they will create again and again. They will create again and again. The basic problem with them is, I think, they do not want to mend themselves. Foreign policy is based on Kashmir. If we have the issue, Kashmir. See their politicians, what they are saying. So, point here is, unless or until the local populace and the government of India strongly takes as they have taken the action on 7th of May, they must be hammered strongly so that they do not raise their hands again. I'm of this opinion.